troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His defense made a statement their last time out, pitching a shutout in last week's win. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys came up short on the road last week. Now they're trying to turn things around in front of the home crowd here. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Ready, set.
On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he stopped immediately there. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. You look at this Buffalo defense. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
Play action, now it's Tua. Now the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Gregory Rousseau. What a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot the last couple of games.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Here's Jones on the return. Fighting his way through contact. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before and that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what it's all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way.
Now loose football. The ball comes out. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They'll take over deep their own end after the fumble. Recovery as they start 1st and 10. fumble recovery. Here's Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. And he calls up the football near his own goal line. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Taken in at the 11.
It's a gain of 11. And the Bills first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They start the drive with Cook. Across midfield. He's on his way. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook. That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's as good as they extend it out now to a 9-0 lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Go ahead.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 2nd down and 4. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Gregory Rousseau. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. After one, it's 9-0. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Tua going to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Jones. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot impressive punt return of 76 yards. And the Bills are able to stretch out their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Pass on for the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. It's no secret. That's why they haven't returned punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. Surrendering the punt return for a score. Let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And able to get this out to the 25. Miami set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Looking to put a drive together.
Ready, shot.
Hand off to Achane to begin the drive. And he has met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Terrell Bernard is in on the tackle.
No gain on the play.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. They'll work with 4 receivers here on 3rd and 6. Tua sets up to pass it. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. But give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. .150 left to go in the second quarter. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now he's loose at the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
That's good.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. From the gun, it's Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills continue to pull away here in this first half.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here comes Nelson. Here comes Nelson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Tua, the final shot before half. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So these two teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hansen with our halftime
Our
report.
look at the NFL starts now. In Charlotte, the Panthers at home to take on the LA Rams. All right, Brandon, thanks much. As this Sunday's action is coming to a close, big day of football we had today. Here we go. And this is Trey Tucker. A deep shot downfield, and he's right there to look it in, and they're not gonna get him. 75 yards this one goes. The catch and run for the score. The Rams would go on to a 12-point victory. Got another one to get to right now. How about Gang Green, the Jets, as they play host to the New England Patriots? And this is not exactly a thing of beauty, but it'll do the job. This will wind up a touchdown. The Jets come away with a victory. They win by 6. Lastly, let's go to Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers hosting the Washington Commanders. And it's Scary Terry McLaurin. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. With that, let's give you a look at the playoff picture in the AFC through 15 weeks. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters, as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Their own 29-yard line.
Bills now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Round 80!
Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
2nd and inches.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get up near the 45, a spot at the 44.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Bills, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Take it up! Better! I'm gonna switch speed! Teamwork!
First down, here's the run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 42-yard line.
Here's Allen to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. That is complete downfield to Knox. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. To throw, it's Allen. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
319! 5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide. What is that?
Allen off the play fake. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. It's the fullback. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Ready. Ready.
And they'll begin by running the option. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 here. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Allen. Wide open receiver complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Bills add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Pass on for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
In my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she keeps scrolling to the left, dog. She gon' see some she don't want to see. She ain't ready for it. If I ain't the greatest, then I'm headed for it. Yeah, that mean I'm way up.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board. I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Gregory Rousseau
in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
On the return is Jones. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
The Bills offense and running back James Cook heading onto the field. He's got a rushing touchdown in the game already as you check to see where he is ranked in rushing TDs coming into the weekend.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning.
Brings up second.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
What's that?
They run it again.
And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Third down. Here's a run by Cook. Well, the return and run there is going to take this all the way down near the 40. Up the middle, it's Cook. And now a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now, these two teams met earlier in the year in Buffalo with the Bills winning that ball game. So they're looking for the season sweep with a win here in Miami. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Ooh, the juke. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. So Allen's going to look to throw. Allen going to run with it. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bulling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now a hit and a loose football. Now this is picked up, and that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Allen will try to throw for it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. That's caught. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Buffalo, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.